Now you're about to hear a soothing bedtime story. Make yourself comfortable, lie down, relax, and let your mind drift away into a world of dreams. Let this gentle adventure slowly and softly carry you into calmness and prepare you for a peaceful sleep. Close your eyes, listen, and enjoy. If you like this story, don't forget to subscribe so you can receive a new bedtime story every day. The stars stretched endlessly above, glittering like 1,000 gentle lanterns in the infinite night. Out here, on the quiet edge of the galaxy, time seemed to flow slower, softer, almost as if the universe itself was drifting into slumber. Arin stood at the base of his sleek spacecraft, the Aurora. Its silver hull gleamed faintly in the pale light of two moons overhead. The air around him was still, the kind of stillness that felt sacred, like the hush before a dream begins. Tonight was no ordinary night. It was the beginning of a journey into the unknown. The Aurora's crew had sent out faint distress signals weeks ago before vanishing without a trace. And now it was Arin's mission to find them. He took a deep breath, the cool air filling his lungs, and looked skyward. The stars seemed to blink back at him, their soft glow a quiet reminder of how vast, how mysterious the universe truly was. Inside the Aurora, the cabin lights hummed softly. Arin's fingers brushed over the smooth controls as he settled into the pilot seat. He checked each system with slow precision, the comforting rhythm of routine easing his thoughts. Outside, the wind whispered across the landing pad, rustling tall reeds that swayed gently as if waving him farewell. Arin closed his eyes for a moment and let his shoulders relax. He felt the gentle thrum of the ship's engines beneath him, steady and reassuring, like the beat of a giant sleeping heart. As the engines flared to life, the Aurora lifted gracefully from the ground. Dust swirled in slow motion below, catching the moonlight in shimmering clouds. Higher and higher they rose, the familiar landscape shrinking until it was only a distant memory. The ship passed through the last layers of atmosphere, and the vastness of space opened before them. Stars, nebulae, and faraway galaxies painted the darkness with soft colors, violet, sapphire, and silver. The silence was profound, broken only by the soft hum of life support systems and Arin's slow, steady breaths. He set the autopilot and leaned back slightly, watching the stars drift by. Time seemed to dissolve. Each second melted into the next like warm honey, carrying him deeper into a state of calm. Arin's thoughts wandered. He remembered home, the quiet forests where he used to walk, the laughter of friends around glowing campfires, the scent of night flowers carried on a cool breeze. Those memories were like lanterns in his mind, warm, soft, comforting. He whispered to himself, almost without realizing it, "I'll find them. I'll bring them back." The Aurora sailed smoothly through an asteroid field, the rocks glowing faintly with frozen starlight. Arin's eyes grew heavy as he watched their lazy rotation, each one drifting like a slow dance partner in the void. Somewhere in the distance, a faint beacon pulsed, a tiny heartbeat in the endless night. It was weak, almost imperceptible, but enough to stir a sense of purpose within him. "We're getting closer," he murmured, voice barely above a whisper. The ship's path took them past glowing nebulae, their colors swirling like ink in water. As Arin gazed at the beauty outside, his mind drifted toward sleep, lulled by the gentle vibrations of the ship and the soft hum of the engines. The Aurora became a cradle, carrying him through the starlit sea toward the unknown. The Aurora glided silently through the velvet darkness of space. Stars drifted past like delicate lanterns, their glow soft and steady, each one a silent witness to the journey unfolding. Arin's hands rested loosely on the controls as he watched the cosmos stretch endlessly before him. His eyes followed the gentle arcs of light that streaked across the viewing window, distant comets with long glowing tails painting lazy trails. The ship's hum was a soothing presence. It wasn't loud or obtrusive. It was the low, steady sound of safety, like the heartbeat of a sleeping giant cradling him as they drifted onward. A nebula bloomed in the distance. Its swirling clouds of violet and gold seemed almost alive, curling and unfolding as though breathing. Arin slowed the ship to pass nearby, and the colors bathed the cabin in a warm, dreamy glow. Beautiful, he whispered to himself, his voice barely audible. He let his eyelids droop, allowing the soft colors to wash over him like a gentle tide. The Aurora's navigation system emitted a faint chime. A subtle change in the star field suggested they were entering a new sector. Arin adjusted the settings, his motions unhurried, almost meditative. Every button press felt like part of a quiet ritual. Outside the window, a cluster of small moons came into view, their surfaces dusted with glistening frost. They orbited a pale blue planet, its surface veiled by wisps of silver clouds. As they passed, light from the nearby star caught on the ice, sending shimmering reflections dancing across the Aurora's hull. The ship's AI spoke in a gentle tone, approaching designated coordinates, distress signals still faint but present. The voice wasn't urgent. It was calm, as if understanding the need for quiet in this endless night. Arin nodded absently. He wasn't in a hurry. There was time, plenty of time. Out here, time didn't rush. It flowed like a slow river, carrying them deeper into the unknown. He leaned back and allowed his thoughts to drift. Memories of childhood resurfaced, lying on soft grass under the stars, listening to the whisper of wind in the trees, feeling the earth's slow, steady breathing beneath him. Those nights had felt infinite, just like this one. The Aurora's engines purred softly as it adjusted course. Faint vibrations ran through the floor like a lullaby for weary travelers. Arin's mind floated between wakefulness and dreams, each thought dissolving softly before the next arrived. As the ship slipped past a field of glittering stardust, he let out a long, slow breath. "We'll find them," he murmured, his words carried away into the quiet hum of the cabin. Beyond the viewport, the universe stretched on, endless, calm, and patient, as though it had all the time in the world. Time seemed to stretch, long and unbroken, as the Aurora floated past the glowing arcs of stardust. Each tiny particle shimmered like a grain of sand caught in a golden ray of sunlight. Arin's breathing matched the slow rhythm of the ship's systems. In, out, in, out. A gentle pattern as natural as the rise and fall of ocean waves. His eyelids felt heavier now, but he kept them half open, watching as distant galaxies unfurled like luminous blossoms in the void. All systems stable, the AI murmured, its voice low and soothing. Environmental levels optimal, crew heart rate steady. The voice faded back into silence, leaving only the soft hum of machinery and the faint whisper of air circulating through the cabin. Outside, a great planetary ring came into view, stretching endlessly in a band of sparkling ice and stone. The Aurora's path took it gently through the outer edges. Ice crystals drifted past like tiny diamonds, catching the pale light of a distant sun. Arin let his head rest against the padded seat. His body felt heavy, sinking deeper as though the gravity of sleep was drawing him inward. Each breath seemed longer now, each blink slower. He thought again of the Aurora's mission, not with urgency, but with quiet determination. The missing crew was still out there, and he would find them. For now, though, there was only the journey, a calm passage through the stars. Beyond the ship's window, he noticed faint flashes of color, auroras dancing across the atmosphere of a nearby gas giant. Ribbons of green and violet swirled lazily, shifting and flowing like silk in water. The sight brought a small smile to his lips. "So peaceful," he whispered, his voice barely audible. He let his eyes close for a moment, feeling the gentle vibration of the Aurora's engines through the floor. The cabin lights dimmed slightly, adjusting to the ship's night mode. Soft golden glows lined the walls, creating an almost candlelit effect. It felt safe, warm, and protective, a cocoon in the vast quiet of space. The AI spoke again, almost like a lullaby. Estimated time to arrival, 20 hours. No anomalies detected. Rest is recommended. Its tone was tender, as if it too understood the importance of peace. Arin's mind drifted to thoughts of home, of quiet forests, soft rains, and the smell of warm earth after a storm. These memories wrapped around him like a soft blanket. The stars continued their silent vigil outside, twinkling gently, watching over the Aurora as it journeyed on. Each light seemed to whisper a quiet promise. "You are safe. You are home, ... The Aurora drifted onward, its gentle engines whispering like a lullaby through the quiet corridors. Arin's eyes were closed now, but in his mind the stars still swirled, soft lights dancing across the velvet canvas of space. The ship's air smelled faintly of ozone and warm metal, a clean and comforting scent. He inhaled slowly, feeling his chest rise and fall, the rhythm matching the calm pulse of the Aurora's systems. A soft chime sounded in the cabin, almost musical, like distant wind chimes stirred by an invisible breeze. The AI spoke again, its voice a delicate murmur. "Vitals normal, external environment stable. You may rest." Beyond the viewport, nebulae stretched in great arcs of blue and lavender. They shifted so slowly that time itself seemed to blur, becoming unimportant, irrelevant. Only the softness of the moment remained. Arin felt his body grow heavier, sinking deeper into the seat. His fingers curled loosely, his breathing long and slow. In his half-dreaming state, he imagined the Aurora as a great silver bird, gliding silently through oceans of starlight. Somewhere far below, a small moon spun lazily on its axis, its pale surface kissed by streaks of color from the surrounding nebula. Light seemed thicker here, more like water than air, flowing in gentle currents around the ship. The hum of the engines became almost musical, rising and falling in a soft, slow waves. Each vibration echoed in Arin's bones, lulling him deeper into a warm, weightless calm. He thought, faintly, of the crew he sought. Their voices seemed to echo in his mind, not with fear, but with soft reassurance. "We are waiting. You will find us. But for now, rest." Arin let his breathing grow even slower. His thoughts drifted like leaves on a still pond. No urgency, no sound, but the soft thrum of life systems and the occasional sigh of shifting air. The Aurora's lights dimmed once more, leaving only faint glimmers outlining the panels. Outside, a single comet passed by, trailing a glowing veil of ice particles. It felt like a gentle wave from the universe itself. "You are safe," the AI whispered. "You are home." The words wrapped around him like a warm blanket, and the darkness behind his eyelids deepened into a soothing, star-speckled night. As the Aurora continued its silent journey, the stars outside seemed to pulse gently, as if breathing in rhythm with the ship. Arin's thoughts drifted like clouds, light and unburdened. The quiet was like a soft blanket wrapping around him, shielding him from all worries and fears. Here, in the vastness of space, time slowed to a gentle crawl, and every moment stretched into peaceful infinity. The ship's gentle hum became a melody, a soothing soundtrack that filled the cabin with warmth. Arin imagined the music flowing like a river, carrying him farther from the noise of the world. Through the viewport, distant stars twinkled like fireflies, their light flickering in soft patterns. Nebulae shimmered in pastel shades of pink and gold, their colors fading slowly into the darkness beyond. The cool air inside the Aurora smelled faintly of pine and rain, a reminder of distant forests on forgotten planets. Arin closed his eyes and imagined walking beneath tall trees, leaves whispering secrets in the breeze. A gentle vibration passed through the ship, barely noticeable but comforting, like the heartbeat of a sleeping giant. It steadied his breath and eased his mind. Somewhere deep within the ship, soft lights glowed faintly, casting gentle shadows that danced quietly on the walls. The calm presence of the Aurora surrounded him, a guardian in the night. Arin's thoughts floated to the friends he hoped to find. Their voices were like distant echoes, warm and welcoming, promising reunion and safety. As the minutes passed, the stars outside began to blur, melting into soft streams of light. The Aurora moved steadily forward, carrying Arin toward the unknown, but wrapped in a cocoon of peace. The gentle voice of the AI whispered once more, "Rest now, traveler. The journey continues, but for this moment, be calm. You are safe here." The Aurora sailed gently through a sea of stars, each one a quiet guardian watching over the endless night. Outside the viewport, a pale blue planet came into view, its surface calm and smooth like a polished gem. Light clouds drifted lazily above its wide oceans. Arin felt a gentle pull in his chest, a whisper of hope and comfort from the distant world below. The planet's serene glow bathed the ship in a soft, cool light, like moonlight filtering through a window on a quiet night. Inside the ship, shadows shifted gently as the Aurora moved with the planet's rotation, a slow and steady dance of light and darkness. Arin's fingers traced the lines of the console, each touch grounding him in the present, in the calm and steady rhythm of the journey. He breathed deeply, feeling the quiet strength of the ship and the stars filling his lungs with calm. The distant hum of the engines was a lullaby, a soothing sound that carried him deeper into rest. Through the window, a soft mist rose from the planet's oceans, swirling slowly in the cool air. Arin imagined stepping down to that gentle world, feeling the soft sand beneath his feet and the cool breeze on his skin. The Aurora's lights dimmed as the ship prepared to drift into a peaceful orbit, cradled by the quiet planet below. And as the stars blinked gently above, Arin let his thoughts float away like feathers on the wind. The Aurora continued its silent journey, gliding through the vast, velvety darkness of space. Stars twinkled softly, like distant lanterns guiding the way through the endless night. Inside the quiet ship, Arin sat peacefully, gazing out at the infinite sky, filled with secrets yet to be discovered. The gentle hum of the engines and the slow pulse of the ship's lights were a comforting rhythm, like a heartbeat in the silence. Outside, wisps of cosmic dust drifted lazily, painting the darkness with gentle streaks of silver and blue. Arin closed his eyes for a moment, feeling the steady sway of the ship, as if cradled in the arms of the universe. The mysteries of the stars whispered softly to him, promising more adventures beyond the horizon. A soft breeze seemed to pass through the ship, carrying the scent of distant worlds and the quiet promise of discovery. And though the path ahead was still unknown, Arin felt calm and ready to continue, trusting the gentle light of the stars to guide him. As the Aurora sailed on, the night deepened, quiet, endless, and full of gentle possibility. The next morning dawned quietly on the Aurora, with soft beams of light filtering through the ship's windows. Arin stretched gently, feeling the calm energy of a new day settling over him. Outside, distant stars still shimmered faintly as the Aurora drifted through a peaceful nebula, glowing with hues of purple and gold. The nebula's light bathed the ship in a gentle glow, wrapping it like a warm blanket. Arin moved through the quiet corridors, listening to the soft creaks and whispers of the ship settling in the vastness of space. He paused by the observation deck, watching the slow dance of cosmic clouds swirling in the distance. The silence was soothing, a gentle reminder of the vastness surrounding him. As he looked out, he spotted tiny flickers of movement far away, perhaps other explorers or just distant stars blinking in the cosmic sea. Arin felt a sense of peaceful anticipation, knowing this journey was only just beginning. He settled down to review the ship's maps and logs, letting the quiet hum of the Aurora ease his thoughts. And as the gentle nebula light continued to glow softly around him, he closed his eyes, ready for the day's calm adventures ahead. Throughout the day, the Aurora drifted gently through the nebula, its hull glowing faintly under the soft, cosmic light. Arin took time to explore the ship's quiet rooms, each one telling a story of past adventures and distant worlds. He touched the smooth walls, imagining the countless journeys the Aurora had made before him. Outside, the luminous plants on the barren moon flickered softly, their light pulsing like a slow heartbeat. The air inside the ship smelled faintly of metal and distant rain, a comforting scent in the vast silence. Arin found a small nook near the observation window and settled in, feeling the gentle hum of the ship soothe his thoughts. He listened to the soft signals coming through the communication system, faint, steady beeps that echoed the heartbeat of the Aurora. Memories of the lost crew and their struggles filled his mind, but he let them drift gently away like soft clouds. Instead, he focused on the calm around him, the endless stars shining quietly beyond the glass. With a deep breath, Arin allowed himself to rest, knowing that tomorrow would bring new discoveries and gentle challenges. As night fell over the barren moon, the aurora's lights cast a warm glow against the dark sky. Outside, the gentle rustling of the luminous plants created a soft, rhythmic whisper. Arin sat by the observation window, watching distant stars flicker like tiny lanterns in the vastness. The ship's engines hummed quietly, a steady presence in the silence of space. Thoughts drifted gently through his mind, memories of home, the endless possibilities of the galaxy, the hope for reunion. Each breath was slow and deep, matching the quiet rhythm of the cosmos outside. The signals from the Aurora's distress beacon remained faint but steady, a reminder of the journey yet to unfold. Arin's fingers traced patterns on the cool glass, imagining the stories the stars could tell. The calmness settled deeply within him, a warm cocoon in the vast cold universe. With eyes half closed, Arin let the gentle sounds of the ship and the distant moon lull him toward restful sleep. The moonlight outside shimmered softly across the ship's metallic surface. Inside, the gentle hum of the life support systems filled the quiet air like a soothing lullaby. Arin walked slowly through the dimly lit corridors, his footsteps barely making a sound. The crew's quarters were still. Everyone was resting after the long day. He paused by a small console, watching the faint flicker of data streams, signals from distant worlds. His mind wandered to the scientists, their tireless work to understand alien life forms, their dreams of discovery. Outside, the glowing plants swayed gently in an unseen breeze, casting dancing shadows on the ship's hull. Arin felt a deep connection to this strange, silent place, a moment of peace amid the vast unknown. He took a deep breath, feeling the calm settle over him like a warm blanket. Slowly, he returned to his quarters, ready to rest and prepare for the days ahead. As the stars twinkled softly beyond the ship's viewport, Arin settled into his seat by the window. His eyes traced the constellations, their gentle light guiding him through the vast darkness. Memories of home drifted through his mind, distant fields, quiet nights, and the soft hum of familiar voices. The ship's gentle vibrations created a steady rhythm, like a heartbeat syncing with his own. Outside, the strange plants continued their slow, graceful dance, glowing faintly in the night. Arin allowed himself to relax fully, feeling the calm wash over him like the ebbing tide. Every breath he took was slow and steady, each one grounding him deeper into peace. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, but for now there was only quiet, only rest. He closed his eyes, letting the gentle hum of the aurora lull him toward sleep. Morning light seeped through the ship's thin curtains, casting gentle shadows across the room. Arin stretched quietly, feeling the coolness of the air mingle with the warmth of his blanket. The ship hummed softly as systems awoke, each beep a steady reminder of life aboard the Aurora. Outside, the barren moon lay silent, its surface bathed in the soft glow of distant stars. Arin moved to the control panel, eyes tracing the blinking lights that marked their position in space. Though the journey ahead was uncertain, a quiet confidence settled in his heart. He whispered a promise to the silent stars to keep moving forward with steady steps. The gentle rhythm of the ship, the slow pulse of distant nebulae, all blended into a peaceful song. And as Arin prepared for the day, he carried with him the calm strength of the night before. The soft hum of the ship's engines was like a lullaby, wrapping Arin in a gentle embrace. Outside the viewport, stars twinkled faintly, their light traveling across the vast emptiness of space. Arin reached for his journal, the worn pages a comforting reminder of his journey so far. He traced his fingers over the delicate sketches of alien plants and distant moons he had seen. Each mark told a story, a quiet moment, a new discovery, a gentle breeze of hope. As he wrote, the silence of space filled the cabin, peaceful and undisturbed. Time seemed to slow, every breath a soft wave washing over the stillness. In this quiet, Arin found a calm resolve to face whatever lay ahead. The journey was long, but with patience and care, the stars themselves seemed to guide him. The quiet hum of the aurora filled the room, a steady heartbeat amid the vast silence of space. Arin sat by the large window, watching nebula clouds drift gently past, their colors soft and muted like watercolor dreams. The vastness of the cosmos stretched endlessly before him, mysterious but welcoming, a silent invitation to explore. His thoughts wandered like slow rivers, drifting through memories of home, friends, and all the moments that led him here. Outside, distant stars pulsed softly, like tiny beacons of hope, scattered across the dark velvet sky. Though the night was long and the journey uncertain, there was comfort in the quiet rhythm of the ship, a steady presence in the unknown. Arin felt a deep peace settle within him, a gentle knowing that this voyage was but the beginning of many stories yet to unfold. The mysteries of the galaxy whispered softly in the silence, inviting him to rest now, to gather strength for the adventures to come. As the Aurora sailed onward through the endless night, Arin closed his eyes, carried by the calm lullaby of the stars. Tomorrow would bring new discoveries, but for now there was only this moment, serene, gentle, and full of quiet promise. And so, beneath the watchful gaze of distant suns, the journey continued, patient, peaceful, and full of hope.